to show you another quick tip for handling thin wall tubing. This sort of stuff, which I need to weld a new tailpipe onto an exhaust silencer. It's very difficult holding the vise, it's very squishy. If you've got these cheap Mickey Mouse pipe expanders, which really won't expand pipe unless it's very soft copper or something, I don't know what they were intended them to be used for, but what they do work for is just jam it down the middle like that, give it a quick spin, and you can nip the vise on the pipe with some soft jaws, and that's really secure and nice and easy to work on. And what so it's quick and easy to get out there. What we've got to do is weld this onto here, so I've cleaned the ends up. I want to concentrate on getting a really good fit up, because with thin stainless like this, the fit up is everything. It's no good having gaps, it'll pull and distort and warp and wrinkle and be much more difficult to weld and purge. Everything really will be against you if you've got gaps. Okay, let's just have a quick look at this. What I've done here is wrapped a piece of thin copper sheet around that cheap pipe expander that I showed you a minute ago, put it up the middle of these two pipes, expanded it a little bit and just tapped the two pipes together. And that's given me a really nice alignment there, so I can run around with some speed tacks like you can see. You want to have a speed tack stainless, check out weldingtipsandtricks.com. Anyway, it will only work if you have really good alignment and a really virtually no gap, less than a thou. Then the stainless will tack together beautifully like this. And also the copper behind it means in this instance it's just a tailpipe. I probably don't need to be too critical about purging. I'll put a little argon through it because it's the right thing to do on stainless, but the copper will do almost as good a job, and it's pressed tightly against the back of this weld. It'll also draw the heat away, which is good because this 300 series suffers from carbide precipitation if it's heated for too long. Well, it won't be, it'll be prevented from heating by the copper pressed against the back of it. So that's a good thing. It also makes the welding a lot easier. Now, I'm not the world's greatest welder. There are people who can do this much better than me. But just to quickly show you there, the spacing on my little dips is quite large, and that's because I move fast. And that's the key with this stuff. I'll try and show you sometime, but again, head over to weldingtipsandtricks.com for stainless TIG welding tips. You'll learn a lot. And that's the finished article. Not the most beautiful weld in the world, but it is perfectly adequate for a bit of tailpipe. It'll have certain 1000-degree gases inside it soon, so nobody's going to look at it. As long as it stays on, as long as it's penetrated, as long as it's clean. Okay, that's the way it was done. So just a thin sheet of copper, put on the pipe expander, and pushed up inside the tubes. That's the copper. You can see where I've welded around it. It doesn't hurt the copper, it's just some dust that rubs off. It's the old tailpipe. That's the reason they get replaced, is because the wind gets at the outside, they just rot through the last 4 inches. So never throw away your scrap bits of copper. They'll always come in useful for something. Even if it's just backing a weld like that and creating a good alignment on a pipe with one of these cheap horrible things.